for another episode of The Get Up. What's The Get Up? The Get Up is a slingshot. It's a chance to pull back your day and launch you into a brand new adventure with motivation, encouragement, and practical actions you can apply to the goals you care about the most. Today, I want to tell you about a text message I got from a friend. It wasn't from Dolly Parton, if that's what you're thinking. We don't even text each other. She doesn't have my number, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to become best friends. We met one time, and I think that's the first step to becoming best friends with Dolly Parton. But this wasn't from Dolly Parton. It was from a different friend. And he asked me a really interesting question. He said, what are some ways you found to be more intentional? What are some things you do in your life that make you more intentional? And so I responded to him, and I thought, you know what? I bet other people who don't have my number, much like Dolly Parton, have that same question. So here are the 4 things that I told my friend. Number 1, I make lists. I write down the things that I'm trying to be intentional about. In my head, it feels like I've got 100 things, 200 things, 1,000 things. And so a lot of times I can simplify everything by just taking out a piece of paper and writing down a list. Writing down, okay, here are the 5 things I want to do. Here are the 10 things I need to do. It's not 1,000, it's really only 10. So the first thing I do is I do lists. The second thing is I try to do less. I tend to overestimate what I can get done. Scientists call this planning fallacy. It's the belief that you can get more done in less time. This belief that you can do a ton of things in this really small window. And what I found 44 years into life is that I tend to overestimate what I can get done, and then I get really, really frustrated. I get really, really mad that I didn't get everything on the list done, so I'm trying to do less things. In order to be intentional, I have to focus, and part of focusing is doing less and admitting you have less time for those things and being really, really, really deliberate about that. The third thing I do is I need a story. I need a story. If I'm going to be intentional, I need a little bit of a story. For example, this summer, I'm going to try to change my work hours. I run my own business, and I'm going to expand and kind of experiment and change my work hours. So I'm going to try to work from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. I think that I can get all my work done in that amount of time. And then the rest of the afternoon, I can exercise, I can play with my kids, I can go kayak with my wife. And so I need a theme. A theme helps me. So the theme of this summer for me is the long, slow summer. So for June and July, I'm going to try to be deliberate about my time. For me, being intentional, if I can have a creative theme, it gives me a story that I can lean into, a story that I can believe. The 4th thing I need boundaries. I tend to be like a goldfish. If you give me 4 hours to do something, guess how long it's going to take me to do it? 4 hours. If you give me 2 hours to do something, guess how long it's going to take me to do it? 2 hours. I'm like a goldfish. I grow to the size of my container. So in order to be intentional, I need to be really, really deliberate about saying, okay, I have this window to work on this thing because I'll just expand the time and work and work and work and work and work. So those are 4 things that have helped me be more intentional about the things I'm trying to do, the ways I'm investing my time, the things that matter to me. And I thought that was a great question from my friend. I'll keep sharing questions like that and answers like that because for me, being intentional clears my mind, it focuses me on the things that matter, and allows me to get a lot of things that I really care about done. Thanks for watching The Get Up. Please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you subscribe. I'll keep making these as long as you keep watching them.